Riding isn't just about the bike,
the gear that we wear,
even the ability on the motorcycle. It's an escape. It's a getaway. It's time for yourself to challenge yourself.
The passion that we have, the love that we have for one another, that we have.
Sometimes that's pain and suffering. You have to embrace that.
No! Fuck!
Most of the time it's really enjoyable to get away.
There's so many things that you can see on a motorcycle and do. And to share it with somebody, you know, it's very special.
The friends and the family and the people that you're around, you have a special bond.
You know, everyone deals with stress, and when you get on a motorcycle, it's like to just let all of that go.
Experiencing the highs and lows of riding really well or even crashing, what you can learn from it.
Every time I get on a bike, I feel like a child again. I feel like a kid, and to share those moments with my buddies, it's priceless.
I don't think that there's anything else in this world I'd rather be doing, except for being with my friends and the family that we create at the races and at the ride days, and the times that we can spend together bonding on two wheels.
So Thanksgiving out at Day in the Dirt has kind of become the tradition the last, say, 5 years.
It's been tough for me because I still wanted to be with family on Thanksgiving, but we made this big commitment to go to these races. It involves a lot of preparation, a lot of time, a lot of traveling.
Instead of running back and forth all throughout Southern California, just meet at the track. You know, let's cook, let's hang out, let's drink, let's share stories.
Day in the Dirt's kind of special. It's not a super competitive race. It's kind of more of just a good time and fun with your friends, and it's a little bit more laid back racing, and you know you're gonna like get together and have a good time. And there's just nothing else like it. So we really look forward to it every year.
Yeah, that guy did it all day. It took him all day to do that.
Oh, the edging.
Yeah. Sandcastle.
I feel like there's a bunch of stuff I
Dirt
can't
castle.
eat. Yay!
Have we got vegetables?
My name is Jasun Spriggs, or Spriggs, as most people call me. Number 333, and shoot, raced novice class most of the time, and then started riding age 10 or so. Started racing shortly after that.
My name is Brian Bolding. I'm number 33 on a KTM. I race 40 plus expert. I started riding when I was really young, had a long break, got a bike when I was 15, got into the moto scene when I was like my early 20s, and then started racing like right around 30.
Okay, Anthony Barraza, also known as Tony. I'm number 142. I'm in the 40 intermediate class, but I've been racing novice because I'm just not ready to go back to intermediate yet.
I'm Brody McLaughlin, number 212 on the modern bike and 29 on the vintage bike. We're racing the pro classes here this weekend, Pro GP, two-stroke GP, and then a couple vintage expert classes. Just been riding since I was 3 years old and racing since 4, so we've been at it for some time now.
Why I ride at this point is kind of just what I do at this point. But it's fun. It's, it's all just living in the moment at this point. Nothing matters as far as what I'm doing later. Just all right there is what matters, and kind of just living in the moment at that point. It's really nice.
For me, it's like kind of an escape from reality. You know, just getting away from the world and the hustle bustle and just being able to just focus on one thing. You know, whether it's getting around the track or riding on the trails. It's a great release. It's a great workout, and it's just a really fun thing to do with your close buddies.
I just love twisting the throttle because it sets me apart from just every bad thing that you could imagine that's going on in your life. But when you're on that motorcycle, you're just free as a bird, free as life can get at that point in time.
I used to ride because I wanted to win all the time, but now it's just for fun and get away. It's like, I don't know, the dopamine that's released when I ride is just, you can't find that anywhere else. Adrenaline. That's awesome.
Everyone wants to win. It doesn't matter what they say, they want to win, and it's always going to be better to win than anything. Anyone that says they want to go out there and just have fun is kind of cheating themselves. They know they want to go out there and win, so that's what I want to do. Usually I'm just happy to be here. I'm not like racing, but of course I want to win.
So I'm here doing the Ironman, so I got a lot of races to do. It's kind of a marathon race, and you can't just go out and try to win the first race. If you just use all your energy right away, it's gonna like kind of take away from the weekend. So I try to like just pace myself, and I try to just get a really good start and ride my own race and just stay away from the carnage.
I'm in my 40s, which I never thought I would make it this far in life, but I'm here to just have a good time, and if winning comes, that's perfect. You know, I'm not here to set any records. I'm not looking to hold up the fake check placard, but I would like to go home with the Day in the Dirt trophy because those are so cool.
Definitely here to have a good time. On and off the track, of course. Day in the Dirt. I mean, we look forward to this weekend all year, but bringing home some hardware is always fun.
The bike is running. The bike is in neutral. The left hand is on the helmet and will remain on the helmet. I'll make sure everybody's right. And I hand you over to Steve. He will watch to make sure. If you move that hand, he's going to hold your row up. We will go one row at a time. We're going to allow a lot of distance between the rows to get you guys spread out.
First vintage race down there. I was off to second or third place start. Coming around on the second lap, me and my buddy Nick Lapaglia were about to have an epic battle, and unfortunately his bike broke, and that gave me a pretty comfortable lead. The 74 Husky 250 Team Seco rental bike I was riding had a little mechanical, I think the ignition coil bracket broke off or something, and that cost me the win, unfortunately.
Beginner Novice was the first race of Saturday, so that was actually pretty good. I was on the front row, got a good start. I Actually, I think I'm fourth the entire time, most of the time, so.
How'd you do?
Not great.
Not great?
Shoot, one corner I went too wide and was like all the way off the track and slid, and I got stuck on the berm and I couldn't get going. I stalled at another corner and then I slid out one other corner. I was like, shoot.
Big dog.
Took off in the first line with the big boys. Kind of felt like I wasn't, like I didn't belong there, but still threw down and still rode as hard as I could. The trade-off, usually it's like the first lap trying to figure out where your partner's at. Jordan and I had it like dialed in pretty good to where I knew exactly where he's going to be. Spriggs really helped with the wristband relay. I won't miss a single team race from Day in the Dirt anymore. It's just probably one of my favorite races to do throughout the year for sure.
Hanging out. Time for the night show now. This looks so fun.
man, that's like a hard question. It's a loaded question because we commit to these Ironman races. You want to get good sleep. You want to stay well hydrated. You want to, perform at your optimum. You want to ride your hardest. And then they throw in this like epic party.
The barn party is just a good way to interact with your buddies, People
that you ain't seen all year, and it's kind of like that end of the year party that you can all get together, celebrate.
Probably one of the best parties of the year, with a band playing. They've got Redbull vodkas and all the 805 beer you can drink.
Do some bench racing, have a couple drinks, and just remember those good times that we all shared.
I want to have a good time and dance and party with my friends and shotgun a beer or two and have a good time. So it's such a rad time, but I'm torn at the same time because we're putting so much emphasis on riding, doing well, making sure we have good finishes, making sure all of our equipment's good. So it's a tricky thing to kind of balance.
It's a good atmosphere, you can't beat it. A couple hours of just letting loose and I always have that saying, if you're not hungover, you're cheating.
Ooh, the after party. Probably because they told us not to.
The barn party, yes. The promoters, the Fasthouse, they're gonna, and I can't thank them enough for doing that. So it's always a great time, but it's just nobody wants it to end.
There's so much energy coming from the barn party that it's what are we gonna do now? It's only 8 o'clock. We don't want to go to bed yet.
The event lives on. We don't. Who wants a good event to stop?
We put music on and try to get people to get together and dance and network and have a couple drinks.
We want to have a good time, and that's what the after party is all about. It's hey, let's push the limit and have as much fun as we can while the weekend lasts. It's once a year. It takes so much effort to come out there and put this whole thing together. So we want to we don't actually. It's kind of sad when it ends. So we want to keep the party going as long as we can.
So Sunday was a huge challenge. I didn't sleep on Saturday night. Some things went down where I just couldn't get any sleep. So I was kind of man, I'm gonna have to dig deep today. I had 3 races. There's a there's a 40 plus the senior vet race. And I'm all right, I'm gonna use this race as practice. So I didn't do too well. Lap times weren't bad, but not the best for the weekend. So, I just kind of okay, don't throw it away in the first race of the day on Sunday.
What's up, Sprinkles? Still racing?
Huh?
Still racing?
We do the one and then see how we go from there.
No sleep and racing don't mix.
Whose fault is that?
So our Moto for Kids racing program has got underway. Moto for Kids
Everything's Tony's fault.
on the track over there on the RM side.
Yeah, so the track's pretty good today. It's gonna be really good later today. When I mean good, I mean like
8.9.
rough and gnarly.
Team race was great. Another one where it was like starting front row. Did that with Billy from Luxon. We had some clean laps, and that's like the really key thing. I think I may have tipped over once, but clean laps is where it's at in these long endurance races where you've got a lot of time to be on the bike. We had the coup de grace after that, and that's the survival race at the end. I think we went an hour and a half, and I had some cool strategy where I was gonna like just ride the whole thing and not stop. So after the team race, I didn't even leave the start line. I just stayed there. I kind of tried to like decompress, like kind of, you know, catch my breath. My guys brought fuel over and some goggles and some water and stuff.
I don't know, I look forward to the start of the coup de grace. That's always fun. Last year or the year before, like the first year I did it was actually a lot of fun. This year they watered the track so much. It was mud the entire first lap. After Brian cut the track and cheated, I was trying to catch up to him, but I ended up crashing into someone else and I was never catching him at one point, so. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, so. I just saw it, and that's the whole thing, I saw it.
My whole plan was just to finish, you know, and I barely achieved that, but I had a good time. was so happy that we all finished, and we all kind of celebrated at the end. So that was cool. This is the first coup de grace that ever, you know, I got to race it with somebody.
Yeah, we did it. Ironman. 6 races, an hour and 45 on the track. I couldn't hold on, like the last few laps I was just riding around like this.
Yeah, I fucking crashed, but it's part of the deal. You just gotta keep going. I'm glad this first year I did it on the 2-stroke, so a lot different animal. I look like an animal. Long, hard, miserable. Definitely, it's like there's satisfaction when you finish, you know.
The motorcycle industry's given me so much. I've met so many cool people, so many close friends, so many relationships have come from it. And that's what I'm trying to incorporate into my life and my company and, you know, our race team is like, you know, you're gonna go to the track and you're gonna park next to somebody that like truly cares about you and wants you to do your best.
We all know how it feels to ride, and anyone on 2 wheels, regardless if it's off-road or on-road or anything like that, we're all there because it's fun and we want to do it. So.
There's always going to be a bond between anyone that rides a motorcycle and conquers, you know, if it's a race or a hill climb or, you know, just a play track or a play ride. You know, we're all sharing a common interest that means something to every single one of us.
For me, it's all about fun, and that's another reason that I like doing the whole Into Dirt, SuperJock Moto Cru, Brotherhood deal. Those guys are both like brothers to me. I mean, Tony's especially is a dude that I look up to every day. Working with them has really opened my eyes to how cool riding dirt bikes is and how genuine of people you can meet. And I don't know, being surrounded by dudes like that at the track makes every weekend on 2 wheels better, and I can't thank them enough for helping me get to the track and the races every weekend and supporting me to go racing every week. So the fact that they're there sticking behind me and helping me out really means a lot.
The more people we can get together, you know, our bond is just unbreakable.
That's not something that you see, you know, on an everyday basis. It really makes a difference when somebody needs you and you can be there for them. And whether it's just support or like saying a prayer or whatever it is, knowing that your close friends are there or even a perfect stranger that like cares about you, it makes like taking that risk and going fast and doing what we do like a little bit easier. Moto is a really cool thing where there really is a brotherhood to it, and you know, it's really rad.